So another day, another beta build, and today we're taking a look at the shiny new Boomkin on the Battle for Azeroth Beta. So the Boomkin has seen some major changes over the course of the beta testing, and the latest build has been the big one. So we've seen a number of rotational changes as well as talent reworks and swapping around the talent tree, and I'm gonna go over everything that is new today. So it's not gonna be a video showcasing, oh, Boomkin so good, or Boomkin best DPS. So it's primarily gonna be focusing on what's new, what has changed, and how is the gameplay working out. And if you want to support my channel and see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button and let's get on with the video. So what they did is they gave us a reworked Eclipse. So Lunar Strike has a 20% chance to grant you Solar Empowerment, and Solar Wrath has a 20% chance to grant you Lunar Empowerment, just making the spec more engaging and not so predictable. To me, it just makes it a bit more engaging to do your standard rotation. And they also changed how our Solar and Lunar Empowerment work. They wanted to bring some more meaning to why you use them, so it's no longer just increases X or Y damage when you get a proc. So what it does now is, for example, Lunar Empowerment now increases the damage of your next Lunar Strike by X amount and reduces its cast time by 15%. Solar Empowerment causes your next Solar Wrath to explode for an additional X amount of its damage to all nearby enemies and reduce its cast time by 15%. And you can accumulate up to 3 of each empowerment. So what this means is, when they proc, it just feels a lot better. It feels good to have a reduced cast time on it. It just feels like, something's happening. But it also changes the way they work in an AoE situation or a single target situation. So if you're like starfalling and you're AoEing, spamming that Lunar Strike, and you get a Solar Empowerment from it, you might not want to spend it, but since Solar Wrath now explodes and AoEs everything, you'll feel good about weaving in different generators during your AoE or single target rotation. So to me, this is a really smart change to just make the spec a bit more engaging in different gameplay scenarios. And on that note, they've also increased or standardized the splash radius of Lunar Strike, Fury of Elune, Full Moon, and Sunfire to 8 yards, and reduced the cast time of Lunar Strike by 0.25 seconds. So they've also reworked Celestial Alignment and Incarn a bit. So Celestial Alignment no longer increases your overall astral power generation. So you now get a 20% damage increase and a 15% haste increase for 20 seconds instead of the astral power generation increase. So taking a look at the talent trees for the Boomkin, this is where the major reworking and the cutting up has been done. So a lot of things has been swapped around, some things have been replaced, and a lot of things have just changed a great deal. So starting off with our first row, we have Nature's Balance. So what this does now is, while in combat, you generate 2 astral power every 3 seconds. And while out of combat, your astral power rebalances to 50 instead of depleting to empty. So what this means is, you can go into any fight and be at 50 astral power. So you can start AoEing as soon as a big pull is done, or you can start with a Star Surge as soon as you pull the boss, or stuff like that. And Warrior of Elune has been changed a little bit as well, so your next 3 Lunar Strikes are instant, and you generate 40% additional astral power. So that's the new part of it, you just generate more astral power from the casts, which is pretty nice on pull. So Force of Nature has been updated a little bit. It works the same as it does on live, but you generate 15 astral power over 10 seconds. So it's not a huge boost to it, but it's something. You get a little bit of astral power while having it up, so it's not completely worthless. So the first tree just seems to be a astral power generation tree and how you want it to work. So the level 30 row has seen a little bit of rework, mainly Displacer Beast is gone, it has jumped away. Instead we have Tiger's Dash, or Tiger Dash. Replaces your regular dash at a 45-second cooldown, and it activates cat form and increases movement speed by 200%, and it reduces gradually over 4 seconds. So basically you pop this, you fly away at lightning speed, and yeah, no more Displacer Beast. 45 row, nothing new here. 60 row, same here, same as always. 75, we have some rework. So Soul of the Forest increases the damage bonus from lunar and solar empowerment by 30% and reduces the astral power cost of Starfall by 10 instead of 20. Twin Moons is a brand new talent. It's basically Lady and the Child in talent forms, your legendary shoulders. So Moonfire deals 20% increased damage and also hits another nearby enemy within 20 yards of the target. So yeah, pretty much your legendary shoulders, which is pretty damn nice. Works very well for AoEing. Can't save for a single target, but in an AoE scenario, go, go! And Incarn has been reworked as well. So, as I previously stated with Celestial Alignment, it increases your damage by 25%, haste by 15%, and you no longer generate more astral power during it. So moving on to our level 90 row. So Shooting Stars has been moved, and Astral Communion and Blessing of the Ancients has been removed and replaced by Stellar Flare, Stellar Drift, and Star-Lord. So lots of swapping around, as I said. So Star-Lord has been changed as well. So it now increases your haste by 3% every time you use Star Surge or Starfall. Stacks up to 3 times, and gaining a stack does not refresh the duration. So pretty much your tier 24 piece bonus in a talent now. Stellar Drift increases Starfall's radius by 30%, its damage by 25%, and allows you to cast while moving while within Starfall's area. And Stellar Flare has been reworked a bit as well, so it's now only a dot, so no empowering will benefit it, so there's no need to like Starfall before you use Stellar Flare to get the full effect. You just pop it and go to town on it. And lastly, we have the 100 row. So some rework here as well. So we have Shooting Stars. Moonfire and Sunfire damage over time has 10% chance to call down a falling star, dealing astral damage and generating 2 astral power. So Fury of the Loon has been reworked quite a bit as well to feel a little bit more rewarding to use. So it's on a 1.3 minute cooldown. You now call down a beam, it chases the target for 8 seconds and deals AoE damage to all nearby enemies every second. And it now generates 40 astral power over its duration instead of expending your astral power, which feels a lot better, so you can like Starfall into Fury of the Loon, which is pretty damn nice instead of the whole "nah, I'm just not gonna press it because I'd rather use Starfall." And last out in the last row is New Moon. So it's our previous artifact power from Legion baked into a talent. Works the same way. 30 sec recharge, 3 charges, generates 10 astral power, and does a metric shit ton of damage, which is pretty damn nice, especially for all you New Moon fans out there. So I've been playing around quite a bit with all the talents and specs and builds or what have you on the beta, trying them out on training dummies, both single target and AoE. And I can't tell you what's going to be the cookie cutter build going into BFA. I'm leaving that to the smarter people with the theory crafting, but I can tell you gameplay wise what felt good and what felt rewarding to play. So Nature's Balance felt really nice. Starting off combat with 50 astral power was just awesome. So Soul of the Forest worked really well on single target, and reducing the cost of Starfall isn't that bad either. Although Twin Moon just beat it out of the park as soon as you want to start AoEing. Incarn, just gameplay wise, wasn't as rewarding as the previous ones, but numbers wise I don't know. Going into the 90s row, Stellar Flare actually felt really good on single target now. It does a shit ton of damage. It's usually between 15 or 20% of my overall damage on single target. And I mean, Stellar Drift will obviously still be your go-to talent for high mobility fights and for AoE. So Star-Lord was pretty fun to play around with because it changes your rotation a bit. At least that's what I did. You pull a bit more astral power to be able to chain out, stack it up faster, and it just changed your rotation a bit, which was pretty fun to play around with. But so far, kind of liking the changes to Stellar Flare. It felt pretty good just popping up another dot. And as far as it goes for the final row, I mean, Shooting Stars feels really good on AoE. Single target, you kinda don't notice it that much. Fury of the Loon was pretty damn fun to play around with, both on single target and AoE, seeing how it generates astral power. So you can just Starfall into Fury of Elune into Starfall, and it's nuts. And New Moon is New Moon. I mean, on single target, New Moon seemed to be the best choice, but as I said, I don't know how the tuning's gonna be and what's gonna come out on top in the end. But yeah, that's it for the first look of the new Boomkin on the Battle for Azeroth Beta. And if you like these kind of videos and want to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and I will see you next time.